Welcome to London Lips YouTube channel. To all the subscribers, whether you're new or existing, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and join the family. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about single parenting, dating, like who the hell is your baby daddy? Who the hell is your baby mama? Do you even know these people? So let's get into the video because there's been a lot said about, people who have recently had their children unalived or essayed by people they have met, women who haven't been able to cope and who have dropped their kids off at the CPS. So we're going to be talking about this. So first I'm going to show you guys Jamelia, because Jamelia, she's got a few baby daddies and the love game just ain't been working out for her.
Me and my daughters were abandoned.
I thought it was the end of my life, that my relationship had ended.
Being here, getting to a year on Hollyoaks, all of my children are happy and healthy. It's unbelievable, unbelievable.
We just didn't make any plans. No one made any plans.
Exactly.
Like, you worked and you were sad.
How much did I used to cry last February?
Oh my gosh.
Because I've spent so much time focused on keeping everyone above water, and now I've pushed them all into the boat. And now it's time for me to get in the boat. So I need to get myself up there. So that's literally what I feel like at the moment.
People always think, if you get your life together, you look good, you're pretty, you're popular, that you're gonna, land a man. But this didn't happen for Jamelia. There was guys, who were obsessed with her, loved how she looked, but she still ended up getting abandoned numerous times and being a single parent. And as you can see, even as she got older, she still couldn't find, a decent man to stick with. Now, this isn't to insult Jamelia. This is just to say that any person can really become single, but we're going to be talking about these baby daddies, so this is where we're at right now. So I'm going to say this, okay? How well do you know your baby daddy? And the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of women are sending their kids to stay with these guys because they are the father. And I'm not talking stepdaddies, I'm talking biological fathers. And they don't know them very well. So let's say you had a one-night stand, or you slept with the man a few times and you got pregnant. Or let's say you were seeing the guy, but you wasn't seeing him very often. He would hook up with you every now and again, maybe, once a week, once a month. And then you got pregnant, even within a year. How much time have you really spent with him? And when he was over, how many hours did he put in? Like some of these guys, they might put in a couple of hours here and there. You don't know them. Do you know the mom? Do you know their sister? Do you know their background? You don't know their friends. You don't know shit all about them. And I'm saying this not you, but in general to people, because a lot of people don't know shit all about these guys, right? And then they're sending their kids to stay with them and shit's happening to their kids. And I'm going to say this. Are you sure you know that nigga? Yeah, I'm going to say it. Because a lot of people, they don't know that man, yeah. They've linked him a few times. They've seen him like a couple of hours a week. They don't know him. And you need to know people nowadays, because there are kids being abused, beaten, being unalived. There's women who are being unalived by their baby father, and they probably didn't know him very well before they had a kid with him. And when they found out he was this crazy ass man, do you know what I'm saying? Aggressive, violent, everything was wrong with him. They had a kid with him, so they felt like they were kind of stuck with him, and they were stuck in this abusive situation. And it's all because they didn't know him very well. So if you don't know him very well, you're going to have to take the caution you would take with a guy you just met on the internet. Like if you was online dating and you didn't know the guy very well, you would be taking precaution, and this is what you got to be doing. I'm saying you need to protect. Be careful, because if you've had a kid with somebody, that doesn't mean you can now fully trust them if you didn't know them very well beforehand. Let's take P. Diddy as an example. Kim Porter, she had twins with Diddy. She allowed Diddy to be a stepfather to her child, and no, they wasn't married, but she had P. Diddy and she allowed him to be her baby father. How well did she know P. Diddy? How well? Because there's rumours that this guy has allegedly ended Kim Porter's life. So how well did she know him before she entered into having kids with P. Diddy? And P. Diddy does not have one baby mother. So remember, there's at least 3 women who have had a kid with this guy. They've had children with this guy, and how well did they know him? Did they really know his mum? I mean, what's been going on in P. Diddy's household? I've been looking at his mum for a while, and I'm going to do a video on her because there's something about that woman, because she's raised this guy and something's gone wrong, and she's very, very quiet. She's very, very quiet, but we know she has a close relationship with her son. Now, how well did she get to know that mother of his. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying, you know, how well do you know them? Because nobody would want to have a baby with Diddy right now, an alleged, you know, alleged trafficker, alleged rapist, alleged pervert, a man who we've seen on camera beat a woman. If you meet a man or you meet a woman and they have another baby mama or a baby daddy, try to get to know that other person. Even if they hate your guts, try to get to know them. Because a lot of the time, they hold the secrets about that person. They know so much about that person and they will be willing to share it. Whether they share it to you in anger, they'll be willing to tell you the tea. Now, Russell Simmons is a classic example, you know, down the high school, getting himself a girl, having a baby with her, and, you know, Kimora is willing to tell his secrets right now. So that would be a baby mother you would need to get to know. And once you've got to know her and you get to find out that Russell was recruiting women as a big man in his 30s at the school, you know he's a no-go. It's giving pedo, it's giving weirdo, it's giving crazy. And the fact that he's on an island right now trying to avoid charges does not surprise me, because all you need to do is talk to his previous baby mama, find out she was a teenager and he was a big man and he was down the school recruiting himself a woman to have kids with. It said it all about him, and that's what I'm saying. Research. It will allow you to be protecting yourself and protecting your kids.
And I'm here to let everybody know you can no longer play with us. You can no longer keep on taking advantage of us. And after everything that we have done for you, been there for you, been here as your family, look at your beautiful son. You want to continue to play with this. You can't see your son, and I'm standing on that. At the end of the day, as you can see, it's a young little baby mama, and we ain't never needed young little baby daddy. Because honestly, my baby is good. My baby is fine. He will forever be taken care of. And yeah, baby daddy, he looks just like you, but you don't deserve him. Because at the end of the day, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. So maybe it gotta go gone for you to realize what you got. But I ain't even here to sweat you. Nobody is even here sweating you. As you can see, since you've been away, I've taken a shower, I've fixed myself. My children, my sons, they better than ever. They playing. And regardless of them calling daddy, they gonna see that daddy was a no-show. Daddy didn't want to come through for her family. So therefore, don't. Get your U-Haul, come to the house, do what you gotta do. Because me and the boys, we good.
Because of all the dysfunction that goes down in a lot of relationships when people have children and they become single, a lot of people feel like people, when they become single, should now stay alone forever. I've seen a lot of people saying, well, you can't get a partner now because you can't risk your kids, because there's certain, you know, stepdads that are abusing the kids and unaliving them. So a lot of people are saying the right thing to do is stay single, and we're going to talk about this. I think expecting people to stay single forever because they've had a child with somebody just don't make any sense. They're going to be lonely. They're going to become more fed up. They're going to have less income coming in, less help. So I would say no. I think it's about dating, but dating with caution, doing it right, putting the right checks in place, doing the whole procedure properly. It's not about rushing. It's not about, you know, you walk down the street and some man, you know, calls you, you give him your number, and then you've got him all up in your house, in the crib with you and your kids. It's not about that. It's about doing it sensibly. You can't just go online, see a guy, like the look of him, say, I've got no babysitting, and say, yeah, just come over. You can't do them things. You shouldn't be doing them things if you're single anyway, but if you've got kids, you've got to be extra cautious. This woman let this guy she met on the internet come to her house within 1 week. She then decided, like, she don't like him. So she let him know, like, it's not about you. I'm not feeling you. We'll just leave it, call it a day. This man was obsessed with her. He was showing up at her address at all times in the night. He was ringing off her phone. He was texting her phone. He was crazy. I guess he was giving a bit baby reindeer on her. He was baby reindeer on her for sure. So he was crazy. She started calling the police, and, you know, the police, they seem to find it really difficult to just do something about stalkers. I don't know why. I don't think it's that hard, but for them, some reason it's difficult for them. There's so many laws that make it so tricky for them to stop you getting stalked. So this guy continued to harass her. She got panic alarms in her house. She was petrified. She was crying all the time. She was literally living like a prisoner because this guy she met online would not leave her the hell alone, and she had kids. So I'm not saying you should be dating stupidly. And I'm not calling the girl stupid, but it was pretty risky. I would say that. It was a risk to let, you know, a guy come to her house that quick when she's got kids and let him know her address and stuff like that. So I'm saying you got to be careful, because there is some crazy batshit nutcases out there. I feel like online people meet more weirdos. And I think it's to do with you don't get to pick up them cues that you get in real life. Like if you meet someone in person, you're looking at their eyes, you're looking at how they're moving, are they twitching, are they fidgeting, are their eyes doing 360? You know, you're looking at these things, and obviously a lot of the time you don't get this on the internet, it's just messages, a couple phone calls, and then people get straight down there for the date. You've got to be careful. At least get on FaceTime, make sure you've seen the person in life so you can't be catfished, you've seen them on the camera. Does that mean they're not crazy because you've seen them on the camera? No. It just means that you've seen the person you're talking to as a real life person, and that's about it. But it helps at least. Like, don't go down there blindly. God damn, you don't know who the hell's coming. Go on as many dates as you can. Try and get a babysitter, but I know it can be hard if you've got children, so maybe talk to them on the phone a lot first as well. Don't let them be around your kids. Don't tell them too much around your kids. No, don't tell them too much about your kids. Not too much details. You know, don't tell them too much. Keep it brief. Because you need to, you know, get to know them and see if they know you. Show them that you're really, really, you know, cautious about your kids and you don't let any old person around them. Because a lot of them would just give up if they're a weirdo. They'd just be like, this woman's too on the ball. She's watching her kids like 24/7. I'm never going to get a chance. Don't let them know that you're having a hard time. You're struggling. You don't have family or friends or anyone to help you. Don't let them feel like you're vulnerable. Being vulnerable puts you at risk. A lot of these weirdos, they look for people who are vulnerable, so the less people you have around you, if you've got no help, if they feel like you're going to leave them in the day to babysit the kids so you can go to work because you told them you've got childcare problems, a lot of them will plug into this and then they'll work on you and they basically make you feel like you literally rely on them for everything so they can take advantage and manipulate you. You know, weirdos are clever people. It's a plan. They've done it before. You'll never be the first person they've tried to work this plan on. So just be really, really cautious. But I don't think you shouldn't date. I feel like if you're a single parent, you should date because you don't want to end up alone. But you should just date with caution. If your kids tell you something's up, then just believe them. Because there's too many women out here who have been told things about somebody they're dating and they've chose to not believe. There's no way your child is jealous. There's no way your child is lying on a big ass, dirty ass man. Like, why would she? It's not something to be bragging about. Like, you got to use your common sense. Something's up. And if something's up, you probably are seeing it but choosing to ignore it. And another thing I want to say just before I go, a lot of people feel like weirdos. If someone's a weirdo, they won't say weird things. Now, this is a stupid thing to say because weirdo, you're saying weird. It makes sense. But a lot of people feel like, nah, you wouldn't say these strange comments because it would make people suspicious of you. No. If someone's saying weird comments, something's sounding off, they probably are a weirdo. Okay, don't sit here and think, oh, he wouldn't say that because that's just baiting up that he's weird. No, he's probably just weird. If you're getting a feeling, you know, your intuition is something. If you feel like something's up, something's probably just up. Don't think that's the only man you're going to get. You can start dating again. Sometimes you just got to let it go. Sometimes it's not the person for you. And really try to be confident in yourself, even if you don't feel like you've got everything going on for you. So maybe you feel like you're not a great catch. Maybe if you've seen these stupid guys or women on the internet with these crazy ass requirements, making you feel like you're not good enough for anybody. No, you're good enough, okay? There's somebody for everybody. This thing where you have to be perfect, you have to look perfect, you have to have all the money, have to have the career. It's not true. You see these celebrities every day, wealthy, good looking, surgery, everything's, you know, 10, 10, 10. But still, no good love for them. No partner that's worthy. They're not finding the right people. I also want to say before I go, Spice, she was going out with this guy. And Spice is a Jamaican singer, if any of you guys don't know her, but she's on Love and Hip Hop, so I'm assuming a lot of you guys know her. Now, Spice had this fiance. She was dating him. They were engaged. And her dancer, who has danced for her for a long time, said that he raped her. And I'm finding Spice is spending a lot of her time now trying to cast doubt on these claims. And I think the reason she's doing this is not because she necessarily thinks he is innocent. I think it's because she knows she let him be around her children. And if she's had a rapist around her 2 children, I think she feels like she's feeling guilty. Now, if you had him around your children and you didn't know, you didn't see no signs of him doing anything unusual or anything like that you ignored, it's not your fault if he's a rapist. Of course, it's not Spicer's fault. And I think that's why she's defending him more than she necessarily thinks he is innocent. Guys, I don't know if you also have heard that allegedly Nicki Minaj is allegedly breaking up with her man, Kenneth. And Kenneth is the sort of man I was talking about as well. And I was going to go, but I've got to tell you guys about this. Come on. Now, he is the type of man I'm talking about, right? Nicki got with him. But the thing about Nicki is she didn't get tricked into this. Let's be honest. We all heard about his criminal record. We all knew about it, right? He's got these serious charges against him for SA. But Nicki Minaj still chose to have a relationship with him. She's now got his child. He's her husband. She could have avoided all of this. When she heard about his criminal record, she's seen what the charges were. She could have just passed. She could have passed and she could have just got another man. I've got to say, I don't like Safari because Safari was no good, but Safari was way, way better than Kenneth. That's for sure. I would take Safari any day after this one, and I don't even like Safari. So that's saying something, okay? Now, this is what I'm actually talking about, but I think the problem with Nicki Minaj is she's a denier, right? Her brother was allegedly... No, sorry, it's not allegedly. He was, because he's in jail for it, so we can drop that allegedly bullshit. He's in jail for it. Her brother put hands on his stepchildren, and he didn't put hands on them like he hit them. He sexually abused them. I'm just going to get to the point. 2 little kids, right? Nicki Minaj was defending him like her life depended on it. She's a denier. And the man's in jail now because it's disgusting, and I don't want to swear, but swear words are just flipping up in my head, but I'm not going to say them. But he is a disgusting, disgusting man, Nicki Minaj's brother. And she was defending him so hard. And she seemed to have took the same route with her husband. So something is wrong. I feel like Nicki Minaj, she needs to go and see a counsellor. She's got the money. Go to a therapist. Sort out why you're always in denial, girl. She needs to sort this out because her denial has now got her a sex offender for a baby father. And this is what I'm actually talking about, ladies, yeah? And guys, whoever's watching this, yeah? You've got to listen to what you know. You've got to use common sense here. He's got the criminal record. The criminal record says it. That's it. Enough. Done. Let that man go. And when people are saying, oh, you shouldn't date, it's not that you shouldn't date. It's that you've got to date with caution, yeah. Protect yourself, protect your offspring, protect your potential offspring. Nicki Minaj, she decided to get with this Kenneth. Everyone's been telling her, you know, this man's nasty. He's got charges. He's been doing sexual assaults. And she was denying it and defending him, just like what she done with her brother. Okay, and now she's getting a divorce from him, thank God. But now she's got a new dilemma. Do you know what the new dilemma is, guys? Yeah, is that she's got a baby with him and he's going to have to see his child probably unsupervised because she's probably going to be in court with him and he's probably a good chance this man's going to get 50-50 custody. And she could have just avoided this if she had just read his criminal record and just accepted what he said. Anyway, guys, I've been banging on for too long. I love you guys so much. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on another one. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel because I don't want you to miss out on the content. Thanks so much for watching.